Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to Can't Catch a Break. I am DJ and Dr. Charlie Johnson. We can't catch a break. I am DJ.
Sweet, I'm so tired you see me this way. I'm sick and then sweet, I'm so tired sweet, I'm so tired you see me this way. And from human see me this way. Sweet, I'm so tired sweet, I'm so tired you see me this way.
Hey guys, I have 3 questions for you today.
Sweet, I'm so tired
Are you
Sweet, I'm so tired you see me this way. See me this way. Sweet, I'm so tired Sweet, I'm so tired you see me this way.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to Can't Catch a Break. I'm DJ and Dr. Charles Johnson. I want to thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break on this lovely Saturday, the month of April 2025. Yes. We have a good one on today. Thank you all for listening. We'd love to hear your opinion. You can poll us, POLL. Yes, poll us, POLL. We would like to hear what you have to say. Your feedback is very important to us. Yes, it is. So thank you for taking out your busy schedule to listen to Can't Catch a Break. We really, really appreciate you always, always. And thank you again for listening to Can't Catch a Break. Yes, 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 yes. All right, all right. We have a good episode on today. Yes. Let's talk about this old rugged economy. The economy, oh my goodness, is so bad right now. You go to the stores right now, you see the price and triple on groceries. When people start having to not go places when it goes to going out to eat dinner. I think many businesses and retail places and restaurants will suffer this tariff, high prices, and economy, inflation, and things that are going up around us. It calls people to come together, and try to do something to make it out here when it comes to your living. Yes, we're in those times right now. A lot of people are really hurting. Some, can barely make ends meet. I was looking at New York over there, how there's a lot of people are working but yet homeless. Yes, it's getting bad. Yeah. While the billionaires get rich, the middle class suffer along with the low income people. And then you have your seniors, you have your children. They need to be fed. You know, it's being on. Nutrition programs are being taken that way. Food stamps are being cut. I mean, there's so much going on. But we believe in God. We are one country, one nation under God. We just gotta pray. I mean, I'm not here to force my religion on anyone, but I'm just saying pray, because only God can change what's going on. And don't worry about it. Just believe. Put your faith in God. You can hear see through this. Yes. I just want to encourage someone probably right now. I probably having financial, difficulties, going through things, working 2 or 3 jobs, and it seemed like you're not making ends meet to take care of your family. But I'm praying for you, and I hope others have a heart, to help somebody out, help a neighbor, help someone, because we're in those times right now. Um, we see the evil, we see the greed, we see things that are really taking place. In 2025, this year, that 2025 will, in the 100 days of a president, that we'll see all kind of uh, corruption. I call it corruption because that's what it is. When they start going into people files, Privacy Act, the data, I mean, with AI and those technology advances, people files are being lost, and the system. There's a lot of things going on, and you have two sides. We have the Republicans and the Democrats, and we see what's going on. It seems like our national security has been compromise. We see foreign countries and enemies in the countries. We see them; they have access to over here now because technically, when you look at it, we see on the news where, I mean, they texting each other through through this app, so it's not really protected. So you got your enemies from foreign countries; they're able to see these things. When you look at national security, you look at what's going on. We are more threat. It's more threat to America than anything. Unless God watched the city is in vain, watches in vain. America watches in vain. Okay. Um, it's pandemonium, y'all, out here for 2025. There's a lot of things that's taking place in America right now. We got measles, we got outbreak in Texas. There's measles children. People are dying over there, and health secretary that want to cut uh, jobs for health and human services. The stuff that helps people. You have scientists, jobs are being taken away. You got you think about that food aid for people um, throughout this nation. That need help with food, and they're cutting that. You see there's a lot of things that's been taken away from people, but when it comes to corruption, we see what's going on, and millions of people are viewing this. While you have the Democrats, you have the Republicans, while they sit in office. You see what has any bills been passed to improve the economy? It's been always about takeaways, and we know who runs the House and Senate, right? It's the Republicans, and what they're doing right now, they're not concerned about the economy. They're not concerned about people well-being when it comes to their health care, Medicare, their children and stuff, education. Because they say it's the president Donald Trump, yeah, but also an Elon Musk. We have a foreigner who's from South Africa, a billionaire, yeah, who they let come in. I thought you had to be vetted. I thought you had to go through a committee, but no, they let him come in and go into the data, and he's able to go in there and start waste, fraud, abuse. But at the same time, all that is that some things wasn't waste, fraud, and abuse. Uh, it wasn't, and a lot of veterans, those that fought for this country, things have been taken away from them, and believe it or not, that takes a toll on these veterans. Because they fought for this country. Family people died. They risked their life, and you treat them like this. But that is evil. That is evil to the core. But I always remember that the Bible always wins. In the Word of God, in the Old Testament, you hear about the stories of how God chastised nations, how God, chastised kings, and we see a lot of rebellion, a lot of worshiping when it comes to man. We see that one man, in the Bible, we see that how God dealt with kings. You know, the people wanted him, but then when they found out, what was going on more, they didn't want him. So in this case, God is to me is getting angry with some of the things. Our youth, young people, the education, on disability, they've been treated all kind of ways. Special education kids, the states will not have the money really to fund some of these programs, and then things will be cut. Uh, Big companies will be closing their doors. There'll be a recession hitting, and I just wanted to say everybody to pray. Pray because we're in those times right now. We're gonna see it, and it's not even 100 days old. It's not even. Here it is. Okay, here it is. But yet, the law. What is the root of law? What is our Constitution? What we're supposed to. It's supposed to stand for liberty and justice for all. We the people, by the people, for the people. Is that it? We the people, by the people, for the people, or what is it? Tell me. Um, we see the judges, and We see what judges are being led. How are they actually Supreme Court judges? They are Supreme Court, but actually, are they going to stand up for the rule of law? Question. That's a big question. People are looking at this because this is people's livelihood. The voters, they voted because of last election. They want for a price of the eggs, all that stuff, grocery go down, inflation. But yet, America wasn't having their tariffs, skyrocket to uh, 50 to 60%. Tariffs goes up. Each country out of the 70 to 90 countries here, to a point where you say you want the money back. Really, you're number hurting America. You're hurting the consumer. The taxes fall back on the consumer prices because, like the farmers, look at the farmers. You see, you gotta realize some of these countries will go somewhere else. You got Canada, China. Those countries. We get goods from. A lot of things from Canada, a lot of things from China. That China predominantly own half of the product here. I mean, and for them to do that, really, ain't nobody speaking up. Our U.S. senators, none of them speaking up. They are, and they're afraid. Our Republicans are afraid. They're not speaking up. While these in the House, the ones in the House, they are passing laws when it comes to voters' rights, women's rights. When it comes to those things, they are just making these. That's coming up to block everything for this next election. And I'm tell you like this: who knows? We might see this election. Uh, Somebody might get impeached. Things may change. Midterm, though, you'll see. You can't buy politicians. That's what I thought when as a child coming up, but I see that you can buy a president for 250 million. You can go to the, for a Supreme Court judge. You can go over there and offer money. I thought that was against the law, in the voting thing, but we see it's not. We see people are being found guilty by a court of law, proven innocent first. Then you be found guilty after. You got to prove you're innocent. Okay, nobody is guilty, but they got until evidence. Right now, it's backwards. Yes, because we seeing what's happening, and there's a lot of social media places people are starting online. I've never seen so many social media shows coming on, talk shows, and they all because of what we seeing here. What we're seeing, what's taking place right here. We seem like we're in a nation of monarchy. I gotta say monarchy. Y'all excuse me. Kind of. I'm kind of like okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, kind of like you're tired tongue. Yeah. Yeah, but and so what are the churches doing? What are the churches doing? Well, you got some churches that are speaking out against it because we all got to live here. Okay, you ain't that spiritual where you can't be no naturally good, no earthly good. Come on, what's wrong with it? Okay, okay, y'all read your Bibles, y'all know what Jesus did, y'all know what God did. No, okay, y'all know. He did what he do. He wasn't letting everything go by just without saying something. Especially when it came to people treating people. No way. So we look at this America right now, this regime, this cabinet right now. At any time the president uses his authority to go out to people that's protected under their First Amendment right, then there's a problem. You cannot a war act for getting rid of illegal aliens. It's that this is not a war. This is not a war. We are not in a war, and we've seen it take place. This the war act. Come on now. So here it is. Now, I just want to share with everyone I was talking about because I'm gonna get right into it. Okay, you ready? I'm going to give you some breakdowns. And I know everybody knows this. I'm not here to. Um, I'm just talking. It's my speech. And I know everybody sees what's going on in social media, and then and in the podcasts, and talk shows. Y'all see what's going on. How insider trading. See, insider trading. Okay. Now, what do you think insider trading? Okay, the stock market. You know, the tariffs, the stock you invested in. When it comes to the S&P 500, the lows and the highs, the trading. Okay. Now, we see what took place with this announcement came. We seen it on the news. This is proven fact. You seen it on the news. The announcement came about when all these tariffs was going to be put on these different countries, and it stopped, and then it goes back away. Then it stopped. So I'm trying to figure out something. People are selling their stocks off during these times. When it comes to getting rid of their stocks because of the way the economy is and selling them off. We know a lot of people are probably doing it, and millions of people are looking at this. Is that, and then you see the ones that, hey, you know what? In the White House, who's in the White House? I'm assuming that's doing inside trading when they hear this pause or delay. Yeah, they need to be looked at. Okay, because there's so much everything. Just went into Doge went in there and wiped out so many departments and cut so many jobs. Okay, now okay, since y'all doing that, let's look at see what this inside trading is about. Okay, all right, let's get it. Let's get it investigated. Let the people, the voters, call their legislators, call your congressman, your woman, call them and let them know what you see. While you're too busy cutting jobs and cutting programs for people, and you been getting rich. Let's see what this is about. Okay. All right. When we looked at what happened, okay, on True Social, that's okay. It's a site called True Social. Everybody knew what that is, right? Okay, platform. Now during that time, okay, when the economy was paused, and you read something like, "This is a great time to buy," what would you think? And then the person initials on that. What would you think? Who are you telling that to? Can you do that? You remember Martha? It was a Martha Stewart, all that. She did time, okay, for stuff, inside trade, knowing things. I mean, but so is this because you're the president of the United States that you are exempt for what you just did? I don't be. Would there be investigation? Would there be investigation? Okay, all right. Since everything else is being looked at, waste, fraud, and abuse, let's talk about the abuse part. Okay, okay. Right now, I hear, I see a couple of good. I see a couple like Adam Schiff and Cortez, Representative Cortez. Those are they're in question right now because of what's going on. Now, if you say when you look at the group, look at the technology group, right? When he made that announcement during that day, it went up. But then something happened where he went back down. Okay, he paused it. Okay, so then this is the time when many millions or whoever the billionaires decided to say, guess what? Since I got that message, I'm assuming since I got that message, I can buy because the president have told me so to buy. He have told me to buy, to buy, to buy, to buy, to buy. It kind of remind me of that movie with Eddie Murphy and who was that? Eddie Murphy was in that movie where it was the stock market, and they was both were. Eddie Murphy became rich and out of the school, and I don't know the other guy Dan. I don't know his name, but they both became friends. And the guys that was in the stock market, it was a comedy show. The guys that was rich, and they made a bet for $1 that one could make this other one rich and get the other one that was rich already poor. they found out what they was trying to do, and so it backfired. So what happened is that they went to the stock market, went on the floor, and the same two guys that made that bet. Here's Eddie Murphy and the other guy. I don't know Dan. I don't know his name, but they was on the floor, and what happened was that they saw the stock market, okay, and when it was time to invest, they had to they had the right but to buy. So those two guys that made that bet, both of them wind up being kept, being taken out by a stretcher because they passed out on the stock floor. Oh, so this is kind of remind me of what's really going on here. When we see the corruption that's taking place in America right now, we see it as like never before. I mean, there's so much corruption in the White House right now when you look at it, and I mean, the rule of law still stands. It still stands no matter. America have always had the Constitution, but yeah, some people think they're above the law. Okay, they're not gonna get in trouble. You can be a president, a senator, a congressman. You don't get in trouble. Nothing will happen to you. So that's what time we're living in right now. So when we see that, I was like, man, I was shocked by it because how could you put that out there? This is a great time to buy, and then put your initials on it. I was like, whoa, is that inside? What kind of inside trading is that? Is that illegal or illegal? Adam Schiff, Adam Schiff. Okay, this is the senator. He's a Democrat. He was from the House of Representatives. He was the one that said on the committee to impeach Donald Trump. But then he said, I would like to hear investigation, you know, by that, because it's like manipulation. That's what he's saying. Inside trading on stock market, manipulation. So there go my tongue again. So I just wanted to share that because, oh my goodness, there's so much corruption. They can go after you if you have a freedom of speech. That they can deport you without due process. This is we never had nothing like this. I never seen nothing like this since I've been living on this earth. I mean, really, and if you didn't learn about history, and you learned it from high school to college, this gave me a deeper, broader perspective of what's going on. As far as the White House, and when it comes to political science, hey, you know now they acting it out on TV for the world to see how they are. See, one thing about evil, you can't hide. Evil, you cannot hide. No matter who you are, no matter how pride and arrogant you are, no matter how high-minded you are, what you think because you're rich, that you're perfect or all that, you will never get away. You will never get away, especially when the evil is involved. You'll be shown up like a bright light. People will see you for who you are. Yeah. So the thing is, it's so much probably right now. We don't know who's did some trading during that time when it's time said he said the great assuming who said that when he said that it's a great time to buy. So I think people are gonna criticize Schiff, but one thing about Schiff speaks up. Schiff is not scared. Okay, he's not scared. Okay, uh, so when you look at the United States Security and Exchange Commission, the SEC, market manipulation is when someone officially affects the supply or demand for a security, which includes false information or rigging quotes, prices, or trades to make it look like there's more on demand. So this is serious. This is serious. So we're gonna see, and with Shift and those in Congress, um, it's gonna be raised, and you can't get out of this. You can't get out of this. I don't care how many Republicans in the House or Senate. This is legal. Or this is when the courts. This is when the law and politics are different. You can go to jail. You can be arrested, innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. But they should investigate to me because we see nothing but corruption in the White House now. It's like anybody's speaking up. The Democrats are speaking up. The Democrats are really speaking up. They're fighting for people. But when Kamala Harris said to, and I know because of everybody have different views on because they want a woman of color, into the office, but at the same time she made a lot of sense, and this is just um, showing that what she was saying about everything he's gonna do, he did it. Project 2025 is taking place now. Okay, yeah, you got people that written that book, and you see what happened. And the thing is, you have a president that supposed to have all these pastors around her. Where they power at? These pastors supposed to be a chaplain. Where y'all power at? Paul White and all those other ones around that's praying for him. Where y'all? See, God can change anybody's mind and heart. God can change a person. Okay, for all those pastors and stuff in there. Well, y'all power. This man is not listening to none of y'all. Have y'all tried to talk to him, or y'all just scared, or y'all think he's doing a good job? But he's actually hurting, mistreating people from all colors. Y'all gotta look at that. If y'all talking about y'all call of God or y'all Christians and all that, well, what's going on? What's going on? So I kind of look at that clergy thing in the White House. When it comes to that, it seems like there's no power in there. Prayers to get through. But the people are praying. The American people are praying. The churches are praying all over. All faiths are praying because they know this is not normal. It's 1920, 1930s right now. That's what we're heading back into. We're heading back into it. So I'm not here to scare nobody, but I can tell you one thing. Um, the Supreme Court judges, for all you know, they're sitting on lifetime. If you're not going to be standing up for the courts, then you shouldn't be lifetime. They should make it not lifetime because we see a lot of bias, partial, when it comes to, really siding with politicians. And you got the federal judges, the ones that district judges, and all those appellate judges, they're standing up. But it's our Supreme Court justice. Some of them are not standing up for they. It's like they're siding, with the politicians in some cases. You got Amy Barrett. Yeah, she's doing. Oh, Amy Barrett. She's being thorough. She weighing everything out. You got Jackson, Salomero. You got all of them. Up except when you see like when I look at Roberts, he's all right, but Roberts all can be sometimes Clarence Thomas letting people down. Okay, we already know. It's just a lot of things. We got these judges on there, and I'm not saying that because he's a Republican or a Democrat. I'm saying that because the law is not being followed like it should be. Yeah, we know the law. We know the law. If you had history, they taught you that in school. Yeah, so I'm just saying we see things are happening. So I just want to say that they need to investigate this inside trading. And it was some Congress people right now, probably, I'm assuming that's probably did it when Donald Trump says it's a great time to buy. I see some senators probably did it. But whoever it is, they need to be investigated. And if it have to go to the Supreme Court to make that decision when it comes to the law, guess what? Regardless of the Department of Justice, who, just because you over them doesn't mean that you're above the law. Yeah. So for the people, by the people, okay, keep praying. I just wanted to share that too. And no matter, I'm telling you, this is not right. We're in a world of confusion right now. People are hurting it. And America right now is going to head to a recession, y'all. It's coming. So thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break. I would like for you to poll us, POL, or subscribe if you can. Um, I'll be on here, and for all the podcasts, if you want to say something, come on, let's talk. I'm open. I want to hear from you. Yes, it's good to disagree and agree. Okay, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to. I'm just here to speak the facts, the truth. We all have issues, so let's deal with it. America is not getting no younger. This world is getting older. It's almost to the end. So thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break. I appreciate you all. If you have something to say, say it. I want to hear from you. Yes. So thank you, DJ and Dr. Shar. But you have a fantastic day, a wonderful life, and keep your head up. Bye.
So tired.